Alright, welcome back. I'm Grandpa. I'm getting ready to take on the boss of the Black Forest, the Elder. So, picking up right where we left off, let's get back to it. We've got a portal in case we die. We'll jump right back, grab our corpse, and keep fighting, hopefully. But let's see what we can do. We got our rested buff. Good for 15 minutes. Got a whole day for this fight. Even though once the fight starts, it's gonna look like nighttime. Looks like we're good on food. We're gonna have 9 minutes. Let's put these right here. We shouldn't need... Can we eat that? Yes, alright. We're gonna start out with the axe and then we'll switch shortly after he comes alive to our bow, and then most of the fight will be the bow while we dodge his ranged attacks. And here we go. I'm gonna try to follow these dots to where he spawns. Looks like it's over here. Now while he's getting up, we get in a few axe hits, and then we want to get away. Switch to the bow, get the stamina back, and we want to keep him alive, on fire, while he does those ranged attacks. Now those are little things that come up out of the ground and whip around and attack you. So you want to stay away from them and then dodge behind these pillars. Now if you don't mind, I'm going to quit talking and concentrate on the fight. And there he goes with the root attack. Let's run around here. Get behind this pillar. Just keep moving away from him so that we keep the pillar between him and us. And these pillars are indestructible, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's those stupid roots all the time, and he covered both pillars, so there we go. Roots are dying. Get some more arrows in him. Thought maybe he had us with that one. Now this is that short corner. We gotta be careful over here. Oh, took one hit. Oh, and another hit. So, where are we? 72 health. Keep him moving around. Do we need a healing potion? I think we're okay. Hate those roots. Maybe get set to run, but don't run before the roots are all up. That way they don't follow us. I don't know. I hate it when he covers two areas. Two of those pillars with one root. Like that. And if he gets close enough, he'll take a notion to try to melee us. So it's just a long, drawn-out aerial battle. That was lucky timing. And here he goes with the roots again. Nicked us. We're doing okay. 107 health. We're almost halfway there. He'll use a big stomp attack when he gets close. That's way off track. I'm not over there. I didn't realize they would have such a broad range. His pathing is stuck. That's not gonna help him any, but it helps us a lot. Wonder if we can hit him in the head. I didn't see any damage on that one. There's 30, and we're getting 5 on fire. I feel like I'm cheating. There we go, he's unstuck. I knew it. No, he's still stuck. So trying that tasty potion for stamina regen would seem to be draining it pretty fast. Oh, there we go. Now he's going to be unstuck. Just use those pillars. Let him do that all day long. Stay away from those roots. We're a little close on that one. That should die off here. Yep, it did. He'll root us again pretty soon. Yeah. Oh, I hate it when I get stuck behind one. That was close. Quarter of health. We're getting there. I may get stupid and try to use my axe when he gets close to death. Oh, that was not the time we wanted the roots. We still got our corpse run for no skill damage if we die. What's he think he's doing? Trying to get close. There's the roots. Let's run away from those. There's the ranged attack. Those vines can hurt. His stomp hurts. Yeah, there was the stomp attack. Just keep him on fire. And there's the roots. And we're stuck behind him. That's gonna hurt a little bit. Let's get that health back. Keep him burning. There's our roots, but they're not going to be in our way. Ow. Keep him on fire. This is almost over. Yes. And the Elder is defeated. And we are done with the Black Forest. Ah. Yes. Got our trophy. Oh, that feels good. Broke a few branches, it looks like. Nice of him to chop wood for us. Well, guys, that was the Elder. Let's head back and look at what we're going to do with the Elder Trophy. What we have to do is we have to run back to where we very first started the game, and we get dropped in all those monoliths. And each of those monoliths, look at that, another bear. As if we needed a fight. There we go, that's the dodge attack we wanted. Block. He's a little easier than that 1 star. We already got him to half health. And that helps a lot. Didn't get that dodge attack. There we go. That should do it. Yes. I am not going to miss fighting those bears. And I'm ready for a new biome. I feel like my time in the Black Forest this time was very time consuming. We spent a lot of days. I'm going to have to go back and measure, but it seemed like we spent a lot of time in the Black Forest. And we didn't make the bronze armor. And we didn't get the, alright, let's dump off this stuff. Skins. We put the paws here? Thought we had them over here. We got them in both places. Let's keep them over there. They're more of a crafting item than a trophy, but you don't use them very much. Just for fun. We need 4 scraps. Let's grab a bunch. Paws of the bear. And then upgrades. Not a weapon that I use very often, but it's kind of a fun one to play around with. Let's go that way. Do they have a movement penalty? I think any weapon that you run with does. But I'm not... we need to eat. Oh, now this is where we gotta remember. Oh, the swamp key. That is dropped by the Elder. And that's what we need for our next biome. In order to... get into the Swamps dungeon. Which we'll talk more about when we get there. Alright, where's our beginning? Why aren't I seeing it? Oh, it's a long way away. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. And before we go, let's grab us a portal so we can get back. Now you can name your portals anything you want. I typically name this one Start. Because it's where we start. But feel free to name it whatever you want. So, change the name on that to Start. And then when we finally get there, which is way north, let's use our steps, because I tend to fall in the hole. Wait a minute. I got an idea just for fun. And since we have so far to go, let's sail. We just haven't done that much sailing. What was that? This one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one? I'm so good. Oh, the hard part is our weight limit. We don't want a torch. It's getting close. Yeah, we need to drop some weight. So, one of the best ways to do that is put away wood. And we can take 15 with us, hopefully. That's the bare minimum I like to have on me. That way I can drop a portal, I can make a fire, have a couple extra. Whatever I need to do. Alright, we want to go to... Well, let's just go to this ocean over here, directly to the south, southeast. And then we're going to sail this way, and I'm hoping that this coastline is pretty much a straight line between here and there, but for all we know, it could stretch clear across the map. Now, we haven't really looked at the map at all, but you can zoom out on it. There's the whole world, and that's the little part that we've explored. And depending on how things go, we may or may... Oh, it's nighttime. Let's sleep and start this sailing trip first thing in the morning. Depending on how things go, we may explore a lot of that, or only a little. And the hard part is we gotta find the location of each boss. And so you have to find those vestigers, that's the best I can pronounce it, which are the little rune stones that show us where the boss is. And sometimes it takes a lot of exploring to find that. Other times, like the world I was playing just before I started streaming, it was super simple. The world I was in had 4 biomes that I could walk to from the starting location. So that was wonderful. Alright, let's get some stamina back. taken very little exploring, and I'm already on the 4th biome. Super easy. Okay, here's why we wanted that 15 wood. We need to make a crafting table or a workbench. And now we can drop our crave. Hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Make sure that dropping it didn't break anything, so we'll do a quick repair. And then let's grab that wood and take it with us. And a-sailing we go. Looks like we're going to be sailing into the wind. Hopefully the wind will shift directions on us. We aren't straight into the wind. Now I like to zoom out, because if I lower the sail here, I can't tell where I'm going. I can't tell what's going on. Well, in this case I can. Now see, the sails are slack and that wind direction indicator is all gray. It means the only way we're going to get anywhere is by rowing. And a storm. So during the storm I like to stay close to shore. If we get out on the ocean in a storm, we're liable to see a sea serpent, and a sea serpent will try to wreck our boat. Now you can fight the sea serpent with bow and arrow, and it'll take you a little while to... Alright, we got the wind. And we're going to follow the shoreline because we don't want to run into the sea serpent. So if they're only on the ocean, they will follow you to shore, but typically you don't find them close to shore. But what I was saying is, if you run into one and you decide to fight it at sea, it's a real race between you killing it before it destroys your boat. And we lost the wind, so let's go back to rowing. But this way we'll get to at least see more of the shoreline. There's another aspect of sailing that we haven't seen. When I saw that island right there, you'll see a big floating rock out on the ocean like that. Those are an adventure, which we'll get into when we see one, because it's a little bit of a spoiler. There's that troll cave. And I think that's the one that we explored. We didn't mark it on the map. I think it was about here. TC, Troll Cave. Is that close? We're just passing it? That's in the wrong spot. It's here. That way, if we want to, we can come back and hunt down that troll. Gonna turn out to sea to avoid those rocks. There's a good chance that we hit the ocean. So I don't know what the exact distance is, but a certain distance from the shoreline, you will hit the ocean biome. Oh, we're right in the rocks. That's not what I wanted, but maybe we can go between them. The waves get big enough they can topple your boat, so you've got to be careful about how you sail through the waves. Further out to sea you get, the bigger the waves get, the rougher the seas. And that's why, oh, we got the wind behind us now. Which, going through these rocks, I want to slow down a little bit so I know my steering's all wonky. I want to know, I want time to react as I see these rocks. We're getting some pretty good sized waves right now. Oh, there's an island in the middle of the ocean there. Let's go around it on this side. We're going to lose a lot of momentum. When you steer, sharp turns kill your speed. If you're going for speed, you want to do slow, even turns. I would love it if the weather would give us a break. I think we're going to turn in. Ouch, we hit a rock. Turn into the wind, so let's go back to rowing. So one rock like that's not going to ruin the boat. It'll take a few hits. And then as we go, let's see, we need a 5, there we go. As we go, we'll find a bigger boat and has more durability. The Crave is a great upgrade from the Raft, but it's not the be-all, end-all. In fact, there's a couple of boats after the Crave that we'll get into later in the game. I say I'm not going to do spoilers and then I start telling you things like that, so. And I didn't say spoiler alert either, which I'm not very good at. So I will try to avoid them, but it's going to happen. Looks like we're not having a straight line that we were hoping for when it comes to that shoreline. We're headed due east now, we're going to have to go around this section here. Unless there's a way through. Let's slow down. Is this a river or just a cove? Looks like there's a big hill there. There is a river. And there's water on the near side. But I think we can just go the other way. It looks like that shore's gonna turn right there. At that point. And our storm ended. No, we can't sail yet. See that huge turn we made? Killed any momentum we had. We might be able to get through there, but it's really slow going, and that could just be a lake. We don't know that it's going to be ocean. Could stop, jump out, run over there and look. But for now, just going to keep sailing. Let's see, there's the sun. Looks like we're about midday if we use the arrow on the mini-map as a indicator. Alright, we got some rocks, so let's stay wide of these rocks. We're going to get into the ocean, it looks like, whether we like it or not. It'd be nice if that rain stopped, but I don't want us try those shallows. I'll take my chances with the sea serpent. Now we've got some wind, at least to the next point on the shore. Lost the wind. Big island up ahead. Now the biomes tend to be based around your distance from the start point. So the further you get from the start point, the more likely you are to encounter a new biome. And I'd say given how far we are from the start point, we might see one of the newer biomes that we haven't visited yet. So far we've visited the Black Forest, we've visited the Meadows, which is our starting biome. And if I am seeing that tree correct, that's a pine tree and we're approaching some more Black Forest. And there's bear, which is usually only found in the Black Forest. And then after the Black Forest is our next biome. We've seen, I think we actually stepped into it. Storm's gonna kick up again. Well, we picked the wrong day to go sailing. I think we stepped into the swamp just long enough to get the indicator. Come on, give us some wind. There we go. Well, straighten it out. Let's keep that wind right on the edge there. At least we'll have a little bit of speed. Maybe we won't hit any rocks. Where's the sun? Way over there. I think we're going to be sailing through the night. Let's look at the map. Yeah, we're going to be sailing a while. Yeah, we could try to go down that river. But since that point is so close, I think we'll just ground it. And we lost the wind again, but we're turning the right direction to pick it up. So there we go. We got it back. An island. That's one of those islands that we were talking about. Let's bring the sail up. And this is always a challenge. I did this once before. And my boat was destroyed while I was on that island. Not this specific one, but one like it. And we need to eat. There we go. We're going to try to pull alongside this and jump out. There's those little white spots that you can see on the island that we want to... Oh, we quit rowing. That wasn't very smart. get a little bit of speed, kill off our speed. I don't want to get too close because I don't want the boat, the waves to crash the boat up against the side here. So we'll stop right here, we'll jump out, our boat should wait for us, and then we want these things right here. You need a pickaxe to get at them. And that sounded like an animal. And that's because what we're on is an animal. You'll get one of those warnings. Let's go to these three because it's closest to the boat. And now he's going to submerge. See if we can get one more. Get our stamina back. Because we're going to be swimming and we're on the wrong side of the boat. Which if I had a thought about that, I would have swam to the other side. No, wait, there's the ladder. And our island went submerged. And that's because that island is an animal. So, we picked up 18 chitin. And I think we need close to 30 to make the weapon that we want. A real popular weapon is the chitin knife, which we saw that recipe go by for the chitin knife and the, can't remember what it's called, a lance. Here we go. Let's zoom out so we can see around that sail a little bit. But the lance is the one that I want because you can use that. It's not a lance, it's a harpoon. It's like a harpoon. Basically it's a spear with a rope on it. Oh, see that wreck right there? That will have a chest in it with some buried treasure. We need to stop for the night. This is as good a place as any. That tower right there, we know it's going to have gray dwarfs in it, so we're in for a little bit of a fight. Let's squeeze in between the wreck and the rock here. I want to get as far in to shore as I can. I'd like to be in those shallows. It's going to be harder to get the boat out in the morning, but now let's drop a workbench as quick as we can. Right there. Let's drop down our portal. Right there. And we renamed it Start. So we want this Start. That's not great. Come on, connect. There we go. Now we can die and get back to our corpse in our boat. So you always want to get that portal down as quick as you can. Look up there, we got our friend. I was going to go up and check out that tower. We will do that in the morning. Let's go get our rested buff. And we'll check out that treasure and that troll in the morning. The troll armor, we can really use that. And I'm hoping that that guy doesn't have a log. Just a simple troll would be nice. No stars, just give me 5 more and I can do 1 upgrade. Alright, food. That looks good. let's go ahead and... I don't know about those tasty potions. I'm still not a fan. But the healing potions, they can come in handy. Put them on our hotbar so that during the troll fight I can just hit 7 to heal. Or 6 to get back stamina. Alright. Let's go see what Mr... No, let's check out, see if we can find this. This look like 2 shipwrecks the way it's laid out. There it is. See that under the water there? Nice little bit of treasure for us. I want to go back and dry off because we got the wet debuff. Don't want to go into a fight with the wet debuff if I don't have to. It takes 1 minute, 30 seconds to dry off, so why not? I don't even know if that's 30 seconds. That's more like 10 or 15. Let's get our full rested buff, as long as we're here. Grab a little drink of coffee while I'm waiting for that rested buff to kick in, and there it is. What do we got? Done. Now we got stamina potions. I prefer a stamina potion to the tasty potion. It'll give us stamina, 80 stamina. Takes a little bit of time, it's over time, but its duration lasts longer. I just don't know about that tasty potion. I haven't decided yet. Gonna have to give it more of a chance, maybe do some research on Reddit, see what I can find out about it. Alright, where'd that tower go? There it is. I hear him. Wait, I lost... There's the tower. There's the troll. Let's see if I can get a look. Oh, he does have... Alright. Gonna have to do roll dodges. Got me there. Need a heal. And we're dead. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I was trying to get a healing potion in there between swings. Didn't get it timed properly. And I think I hit the wrong potion at one point too. Just need to work on calming down during those fights. I get too hyped. Alright. What do we got? We've got 40, we don't want that. 45. 40. And 45 stamina. Now, we've got the no skill drain, which is nice, because we died to the bear, and now we died to the troll. And once we grab the corpse, we'll have the corpse run effect. I was really hoping he'd break up some of this copper for us, but he didn't. Let's see if we can sneak around on this side. Nope. But if we can drag him to this side, we can grab our corpse. Do the corpse run. Gotta be careful because we're just run into something else. get dressed. Yeah, he's not chasing us down, but the trolls are. Grey dwarfs, not trolls. And of course, it's a 1-star. Because it seems like the game always piles on. And I'm sure it's circumstance that the game isn't doing it on purpose. Want to get back on top of that copper and see if I can get him to break some of that copper? If so, we'll just put it in the hold. There we go. Maybe we need him. We can't hit him from here. Beat up on this copper, will ya? Alright, we need stamina. We need health. And we got him. Woo! Talk about piling on. Throw 2 Grey Dwarfs in the middle of the fight for me. And make one of them. Make one of them a... I don't think we want any rocks. Make one of those Grey Dwarfs multi-starred. Alright, while I'm thinking about it, let's see what these do. If a Grey Dwarf comes up, we can try those out. Now we need to ditch some stuff. Let's ditch this. We don't need that. I want to see if we can pick up this copper. We'll put it in the hold of the boat. And, yeah, we got it all. Don't need a trophy. Could use the core wood. Anything we want to get rid of. Not really. We got treasure, we got food, we got chittens. We got extra wood, but we need wood. Alright, let's just run this back to the house and come back. But let's, a lot better than just the plain old fists. Oh, we can't teleport with that in there. So what we want to do, put the ore in the boat and then teleport back. And dump off this stuff that we picked up that we want to keep. And we don't need to carry it around. And for that matter, we've got the portal. When we get there, we'll set the portal up and we'll grab this trophy. Not there, because that's where this goes. Oh, shoot, we're here. Can we upgrade? Alright, trousers is 2, tunic is a 3. Let's upgrade the trousers. Might as well do that right off the bat. Don't need the eyes. Don't need the resin. Alright, now we got a stack of resin and a stack of eyes for overflow. We've got more wood than we need. Let's pick up 14 of it though, so we got... Now we got the bench there, so we only really need 5. That's gonna be extra. Don't need the chitin. Overflow, equipment. Alright, let's put the swamp key over here. We don't need it. we're set on food. There's our treasure. We got overflow. Oh man, we filled up our... We're filling up the overflow. That's something. Wait a minute. Yeah, I thought there was a slot here from last time. There we go. And that's everything. Alright, let's head back. Let's go clean up the rest of that stuff we found. See what's inside that tower. There's usually a chest there with maybe a little bit of treasure. We had a mushroom right here. Really important that we get a mushroom. One mushroom. And yes, I'm being facetious. Well, that was exciting. I know it wasn't much, but we took out a troll. Took us 2 times. So hard to get this break. I don't know why it is, but it is. And there's our treasure. What? Isn't that big a deal these days, because we've got more we needed. Pick up some more core wood and some more wood. I think that's everything. We don't need the rock or the dwarf trophy, gray dwarf trophy. Now we could mine a little more of this copper if we wanted, but I think we've done enough copper mining. I'm sick of it. Let's drop this off back at the cabin. I like the portal inside, but I hate it if it's too close to a work area because I don't want to listen to it non-stop. Drives me crazy, that portal sound that just goes on forever. So, all right, let's take 10. So that'd be 25 total. We got some scrapped armor. Got a little bit of coal. I could go out next to the kiln. But... oh, and a trophy. Oh, I don't think we can use... yeah, see that? We arm those bare hands and try to put on a shield that takes off that. So you can't have a shield with that bare-fisted weapon. What is that called again? Paws of the bear. We got everything cleaned up at this point. Let's just tear down and get out of here. Can you disassemble? I've never tried. No. This looks a lot like there are 2 separate shipwrecks right together. And there might be another buried one here. Alright, can I push this out of here? There, at least it's floating now. Okay. Got our portal. Got our workbench. I think we wasted half a day with this trip. Let's see if we can back out of here. Come on, bring up the water a little. Get us going backwards. That's the wrong way. We want to go this way. I want to see if I can push this boat. Because it's going to be a pain waiting for it to back up with the waves like this. Yeah, it's going to be a pain pushing it too. Alright. We parked in such a bad spot. Let's back it out. We'll just wait on the waves. Okay, just a little turn, which makes the backing go slower. And I think the tide's going out. Is that why we don't have any water? A minute ago we couldn't stand there because water was too deep. And now if we're in the boat, oh, here we go. A little bit? No. See that? What the heck? What are you doing to me? Alright. Oh, there's a big wave. And we should have been in the boat for it. Maybe the tide's coming in now. Get between these two rocks. And I think we're out. That's finally. And it's nighttime. No, this way. No, this way. And away we go. Gonna lose the wind, but maybe we can get up at least a little bit of speed before we do. Alright, here we go. No wind. We've got a ways to go, and we don't care that we died there. We're gonna pick up, get some wind again. Come on. Yes. Scroll back out. And it's nighttime. A little rocky. Let's hope we don't hit anything. We should have repaired at some point, and we didn't do that. Slow turn. And there's some rocks up there. Yeah. Let's go wide. Well, that's an adventure. Oh, that to me is fun. I like the sailing around, dropping off, taking on the troll. Felt like an adventure. Alright, we can sail just straight ahead, get to that point, and then we're getting really close to the start. Maybe by morning. Looks like we're headed right at the point. We might want to turn just a hair. And we can pick up a little more wind that way. Unfortunately, we didn't find a vendor anywhere along the way. That would have been nice. And we should be sticking closer to shore, so if the vendor was over there, we would want him to show up. But since we're not close to the shore, we stand the chance of missing him. But he's usually a little bit further away from the start, so as we approach the start, it gets less and less likely that he's going to be there. And I think we're losing the wind. Perhaps it'll shift when we turn this corner. Lots of black forest. All of this was in running. Like, we can run to any of that. Rocks. And it's nighttime. We lost the wind. This is when you typically see. So at nighttime, when we're not close to the shore, we could find a sea serpent. Let's hope we don't. I don't want another interruption. I want to get to the start and take care of that trophy. Drop this portal. Because every time we kill a boss, we want to go back and hang the trophy. Just like we did with Ether. And we'll get a new power. Like right now we have the power of Ether. Next go round we're going to get the power of the Elder. And this is kind of scary because we can't see where the rocks are. I think there's one right there. And I think we're going to hit it. No, just missed it. Let's go out a little bit. This looks like we're headed towards the shoreline. A little too close. At night we can't see the rocks. I've noticed the recordings are a little darker than what I'm seeing. It's pretty close. But the recordings are just a little darker than what I see. I'll have to look and see if I can do a gamma adjustment or something. Brighten them up just a hair because watching this, it's almost all black. Alright, we can get back a little closer to shoreline. Again, we got just a little wind. Don't want to, and we lost the wind. Don't really want to run into a sea serpent right at the moment. Yeah, we need to eat something. Actually, let's just go ahead and put our food up here. We should switch to the carrot soup. I think it's a little better than the Queen's Jam. We're getting close. We'll try to park right up here. Right in this cove. And we'll be real close to the start. By the way, you can adjust the mini-map with period and comma. See how it zooms out on the mini-map? And period to zoom in. There's the sea serpent. Let's see if we can get him to follow us to shore. he'll actually bump us and push us towards shore. Now, if we had a harpoon, we can harpoon him and pull him to shore. But now, if he breaks the boat, we'll be able to recover the pieces, hopefully. Alright. Get rid of the... Is that a grayling or a gray dwarf? Anyway. Missing. Where'd you go? Come back here. I've never been hit by one. I don't... Yeah, I have. But I've had a lot better armor when I did. We could use a little stamina. Oh, don't go away. Oh. That's too bad. We could have had sea serpents too. Alright. Let's set up a workbench. And as long as we're here, let's drop a portal. Oh, we need to name it. That's a grayling. Let's try out these fists. Not bad. 2 hits. Alright. Not sure what was going on over here. There was a skeleton. Was there a skeleton? There's not a skeleton. And we didn't bring a torch with us. Alright. Let's see if we can repair the boat, because I'm sure it got torn up. Not terribly. We only lost 1/4 of the health, maybe less. Missing... Oh, we're not doing a... We're doing a repair. There we go. Alright. So let's come back here in the morning. By the way, we're on the back side of the portal. You can't see the writing. You can go through either side. You always come out the front. And even though it's not very long till morning, let's get our rested bonus and let's get some sleep. We're so close to the start already. There we go. Got the rested bonus. We got daylight. If I remember, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking sea serpents stay in the same general area. So if we wanted at some point to hunt him down, we could probably do that. Alright. Let's grab our portal. We'd have to come back here. And be here at nighttime, I think, to find him. But let's mark this spot with an anchor. They look like anchors to me. I don't know what they are. Could be a sword hilt too. S-E-R-P-E-N-T. The general area could be huge. I don't know. I've never actually tried to hunt one down. Is that some bones over here? No, just dandelions. Not sure what killed the gray dwarf that was we saw there, but he died. Oh, put away the hammer. And let's back up a little bit. Wrong way. I never can back in the right direction the first time. And let's get out to sea here. Wait. I think that cove, yeah, it's right there. We got the full wind behind us, so away we go. Yeah, I would love to have that, been able to kill that sea serpent. Yes, this is our cove. We were so close. So very close. Ah! Stay. And there's the monoliths. Now, since the boat... Like, I'm going to set up a portal at the start so we could jump back. And we'll use it when we come back over and over again. But... Oh, see that neck is going to... He's going to want to mess with our boat while we're gone. But... One hit with those. That's not too bad. They're a really fun weapon if you like bare-fisted fighting. Hard not to while he's just standing there waiting for us. And we missed that guy, but that's okay. It's not what we came for. We're not on a hunting trip. Alright. We're gonna need a workbench to repair, and we're gonna need a portal. I want the workbench where we can reach the boat, which that looks like it. And then I want this portal as close as we can get. See, there's a mystic force that stops you. Don't want it where the neck are going to constantly attack us. There we go. I think that's as close as we can get. Hopefully the neck won't bother that. Oh, I couldn't figure out what that red was. It's just a rune stone, and I think we checked that out previously. So, there's the Elder. And we're missing the Elder trophy. So, that's what the portal's for. What do I have on me? Nothing. I didn't name it. There we go. Now when we come through it, we'll be facing the monoliths, which is probably where we're going to be headed most of the time. And we stuck that trophy. I think we put it over here. Yes. Now let's get rid of some of the stuff we have. Deer meat, neck meat, trophy, treasure, mushrooms, Potions. We'll keep some resin on us. The eye's not a big deal. I don't want the rock though. As long as we're here. That looks good. So since we have the ore on us, I'm going to sail and outline the rest of the world. There we go. The Elder, the power of the forest, invigorates you. Gives us 30% health regen. And with the Call to Arms, I think it was Call to Arms update, they added the 30% health regen to this. Prior to that, it was just the 60% on chop pickaxe. Which if you're digging in the Black Forest for copper, that pickaxe would have been great, but you don't get it till after you're out of the Black Forest. On the other hand, we'll be using the pickaxe in every bio. So, most every bio. So it's real handy. It's not been my favorite. I'm still a fan of having ether power so that I can run. Don't use it as often as I could. Let's do some quick repairs before we get back on the boat. Some of my younger grandkids are supposed to be here pretty soon, so probably gonna have to wrap this up. I'm real anxious to keep going on that boat trip. But I think we'll do that next time. What's that broken out? Oh, we dropped a honey. Okay. I'm anxious to keep going. I don't want it to stop. But we should wrap up here. Yeah, I'm glad you joined us for the trip. It's been fun. We took down the Elder. We encountered our first floating island. I can't remember what those are called. And our first sea serpent. And we got to do quite a bit of sailing. It was a good adventure. I don't want that. Just want to eat some food real quick before we go. 6, 7, and we need to refill, looks like. So let's see, what do we got here? Let's trade this out. And let's pick up the rest of this. And we're gonna need some more meat sauce. Alright, 1 second more, we'll take some meat sauce. I was saying goodbye, but now I'm still here. Yeah, meat sauce. We need some carrots. I don't think we're short on carrots, so that shouldn't be a problem. Minced meat sauce. I knew those neck would be good for something. Hopefully we have this wrong thing. Hopefully we're not using that much longer because we're running short. We're going to need boar meat. If we move some to overflow, that's good. I thought we were awfully low. That feels better. Now we're all set for next time. I'm Grandpa. It's been fun. I'm so glad you joined us. You all have a good one.